All right, today we're going to dive into a great story. It's a classic tale, really. One developer versus one of the most powerful, but also one of the most notoriously complex databases out there, ClickHouse. It's a journey through some serious frustration, a lot of late nights, and then a discovery of a tool that just changes the entire game.
Man, this quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? If you've ever been thrown a brand new, super complex piece of technology, you know this feeling. It's that quiet moment of frustration where you're just staring at your screen thinking, am I the only one who's struggling this much? Well, as we're about to see, the answer is a big, fat no.
So let's set the scene. Our hero in this story is a DevOps engineer. You know, someone who's totally skilled with the usual stuff: MySQL, Postgres, Ansible, Terraform. Basically, they're the person who's comfortable keeping production systems up and running. But then, a totally new challenge lands on their desk, and it throws them into a completely new world.
And look, this wasn't some small side project. The task was to build a full-on production ClickHouse cluster from scratch on bare metal servers. We're talking 3 data nodes, 3 keeper nodes to handle all the coordination, migrating a live analytics workload, and they had to own the entire process. For someone who's new to ClickHouse, this is a monumental ask.
And the impact? Yeah, it was pretty immediate. What started as just a single ticket completely spiraled into a project that took up the better part of a whole month. And let's be clear, this wasn't because the engineer wasn't skilled. No way. It was all about that brutal learning curve and the, let's say, challenging tooling that comes with ClickHouse. Okay, so let's really get into it. What did that month-long ordeal actually look like? It was a true test of confidence, the kind of thing that pushes the boundaries of what even a really seasoned engineer has been through. So week 1 was what the engineer called bare metal hell. You know, the expected stuff: configuring servers, locking down security. But the real pain started in week 2, with the replication puzzle. Just trying to figure out how keeper nodes work and get replications set up correctly was just endless trial and error. And all of that was just the warm-up for weeks 3 and 4, the migration nightmare. And why was it a nightmare? Well, this number right here says it all. We're talking about 1.7 terabytes of live, actively used data that had to be moved into this brand new cluster with absolutely zero downtime. The stakes, they couldn't have been higher. This quote just perfectly captures the pressure. I mean, can you imagine? Every single command, every config change felt like snipping a wire on a bomb. One wrong move, one bad alter table, and you could crash the entire production app. It was a total high-wire act with no safety net. But you know how these stories go. After feeling completely drained and defeated, thinking to yourself, there has to be a better way, a turning point finally arrives. And, as it so often does, it came late at night, buried deep in the pages of some technical documentation. And boom, there it was. A guide that led to an open-source tool called MooseStack. And it promised the exact developer experience our engineer had been dreaming of. A way to make working with ClickHouse feel less like some kind of dark art and more like, modern software engineering. Okay, so this all sounds great, but how exactly would this discovery have changed that brutal month? Let's take a look at the specific transformations that MooseStack brings to the table. This chart just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the old way: fighting with raw SQL files, confusing config files, and just living in an SSH session. Then you've got the MooseStack way, which completely transforms all that into a modern workflow. You're defining your database schema as code, using languages you already know like TypeScript or Python, and you're managing the whole thing from one single command line interface. So this is what schema as code actually looks like. Instead of having to manually write these crazy complex create table statements and just crossing your fingers you got the replication settings right, you just declare it. You say what you want. MooseStack then handles all the hard stuff like generating the right settings and talking to Keeper for you. No more hunting through docs at 2 in the morning. And then there's this feature, which was described as jaw-dropping. And honestly, I get it. With one command, MooseDev, you get a full local environment that's just like production. You change your code, you hit save, and the whole stack updates instantly. Just imagine being able to prototype that entire 1.7 terabyte migration safely on your own machine, probably in an afternoon. It's a game changer. So that migration nightmare we talked about, it gets tackled directly with a simple moose migrate command. MooseStack is smart. It compares your code to what's live on the cluster and generates safe commands to run.
It even automates the really tricky stuff like using materialized views to move data around without any downtime. All of a sudden, that whole bomb diffusing scenario becomes a calm, confident, and repeatable process.
And what's really cool is that the framework's power goes way beyond just managing tables. It's a complete toolkit. You get type-safe ways to get data in, auto-generated APIs to get data out, and you can even define entire data workflows as code. It's really the whole shebang for building analytical applications. And if you take a little peek at the project's GitHub page, you get a sense of its DNA. You see a ton of Rust and TypeScript, and that tells you right away this is a serious, modern, performance-first kind of tool. This isn't just a handful of scripts, it's a really robust, well-engineered open-source framework. So, let's zoom out. What's the big picture here? Because it's not just about a list of features, right? It's about a fundamental change in how developing on a powerful database like ClickHouse actually feels.
Now, we gotta be clear about what this tool doesn't do. It's not magic. It wouldn't have automatically set up those bare metal servers or handled all the OS level security. That's real deep infrastructure work that still has to get done. MooseStack is focused on the layer right on top of that, the developer experience. And this quote right here just sums up the whole transformation perfectly. MooseStack takes this terrifying, totally alien task of wrangling a specialized database, and it reframes it into something that feels familiar. It feels just like building any other feature for your app. And that's really the ultimate takeaway. The whole point of great tooling isn't to force every single developer to become a deep expert in every part of the stack. It's to build bridges, right? It's about letting developers use the skills and workflows they already have to build powerful new things, from real-time dashboards to complex data pipelines.
Which kind of leaves us with this final thought. For anyone out there who's ever faced that steep, daunting learning curve, what if that experience could be different? What if the tools we used made exploring these powerful new technologies feel less like an intimidating chore and more like an exciting opportunity to just build the next great feature for your application?